people to join. We're going live. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hutch is almost ready. We're going live. When storms arise, we go live with eyes on the sky. We stand by your side through the wind and the rain, through the thunder's call. Hutch is weather, we're here for it all. Standing strong with you no matter the storm. Anywhere, anytime at hutchesweather.com. We're live! Now here's Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson.
All right, Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope your day has been a good one. If you happen to be out and about traveling and you're watching on Hutch's Weather app, thank you. Pass the word about the old app. We have some travel alerts to update you about some conditions working their way through. We're going to go over all of it right now. Thanks for joining me. Details in the forecast show more cold weather and snow ahead for the remainder of our holidays. Here's a look at coming up right now.
Now, a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, here's a look at what's going on with the radar. We do have a band of rain making its way through Fargo, Grand Forks, and it's showing snow up there in parts of northwest Minnesota as the system works its way through down toward the Twin Cities. Look what's going on here. Heavy rain heading into the Minneapolis area. Some areas with temperatures warm enough for things to be basically wet roads, but indeed we do have some areas where those road surfaces are mighty cold. Now, I've gotten some reports, calls from friends, calls from you and travelers that are reporting that the time for travel between Grand Forks and Fargo was well over 2 hours. Speeds in the Devil's Lake Basin, thanks, Andrea, for your report as well. Not very good at all. It's taking a long time, and average speeds about 30 to 45 miles per hour between Devil's Lake and Grand Forks. This ice system is working its way through, but it's not just ice, it is fog as well. Let's get to the road conditions for travelers tonight. There are some areas where travel is not advised, and we've pushed this out on the app, so if you don't have Hutch's Weather app yet, search Hutch's Weather in the App Store today. The red counties you see here, Morton County, Burleigh County, Kidder County, and down to Emmons County, no travel is advised out in that general direction, and that's because of ice. There was a pretty heavy band of rain that's now moving through Fargo. It was heavier when it moved through the Bismarck area, and that has caused some areas down there in central parts of North Dakota to get iced up real fast. Dangerous travel conditions taking you into the capital city. This is what things look like. Look at the glare ice on Interstate 94 there through the capital city. And if you go out to the east just a little ways out into Kidder County here, let's see if I can get a camera. Nope, that one's not working, but we'll get closer as we look out in the area here of Sterling, and you can see definitely still, you know, the visibility is pretty decent. There is some fog out there too. I did some traveling today as well. Now, going off to the east, the purple counties, a travel alert, the I-29 corridor, and then the I-94 corridor from Stutzman County and the Cleveland Medina area right into the FM area. By the way, the yellow you see here, icy road conditions. So as we take you into Grand Forks in the Highway 2 corridor, this is what things look like there. I mean, you can just basically strap your skates on here, folks, and ice skate. It is terrible. There have been some crashes on Interstate 29 tonight. So if you must travel or are traveling to get back, it's going to take a bit of time. Slow it down, and please do your best to arrive safe. Now, there has been some areas of some pretty dense fog as well, but I'm seeing some clearing of that as well. Earlier this evening, looking down in the area of southeast North Dakota, you couldn't see anything down in some of these parts. Now, the fog had droplets that were liquid, and that freezes on things that are cold and frozen. So that's what's going on out there, some areas of freezing fog. Most of this now likely moving off into Minnesota, and that's where we're going to check your roads next. If you're traveling in northwest parts of Minnesota, solid ice on the roads up here where you see the pinks, those would indicate that we have a solid coverage of the roads, or all the road is covered with snow. Thief River all the way down into the areas of Oh, say Gary on Highway 32 there. Here's 59. Pretty doggone icy as you look up to the north there. Very glare ice on the roads. Now, as we go down the Beltrami Highway 9 corridor here, we can see that there's some dense fog going on here. See some lights off in the distance, but it's pretty difficult to make out. So keep in mind there are going to be some areas of patchy dense fog. Here's one in Hendrum on that same corridor there as you go through the Halstead area in parts of western Minnesota. So those areas are seeing tricky conditions. We've had some crashes on Highway 10 as well. Now, green means seasonal road travel. We've had wet roads here in the FM area with the approach of the rain. Let's see what it looks like in town right now as you're out and about in Fargo. And this is a look at some wet streets out there as you take a look at the Highway 10 corridor there at First Avenue. Now, get out of town a little bit on Highway 10. Here's Lake Park. We got some partial coverage, and you can see something flying through the atmosphere there as we head into the night. That's rain that's making its way down, and that could be freezing and making some very slippery conditions. Now, as we go farther off to the east here, just not far from Frazee, earlier we had reports of a crash and animals in the road, and now we get between Frazee and DL, and here is another crash report on Highway 10. So please take it slow out there. There have been a couple of crashes at least on Highway 10 that have been reported this evening, and you can see the rain rolling its way through the atmosphere there. Now, as we zoom out just a little bit to get a greater look at Minnesota, the Bemidji zone also showing some trouble spots there as we take a peek. Black Duck, Keller, all the way down into the Walker area here. We do have some tough road conditions, and a few of these asterisks indicating that we do have some crashes. There's a Highway 2 crash. U.S. Highway 2 crash has been reported between Forest Route 2169 and Forest Route 2348 out there as we take you in a little closer. Now, how about travel between the Twin Cities and Fargo-Moorhead? Notice we have not a lot of colored roads here. We do have some blue colored roads as we go into the Brainerd Lakes area out towards, say, Motley, Staples, and on up into the area of Detroit Lakes. So here is a look at what's going on in these areas. Definitely Verndale here, foggy conditions out ahead of the front. Once the front moves through, it looks like some of that fog is being alleviated. Oh, but here's something that to keep in mind. Where we see these little polka dots here, that is from the DOT reporting that the visibilities are under 1/4 of a mile in those spots as well. So that includes points on Interstate 94 here as we look down across Fergus Falls area and on in towards the Dalton region. Check this out. Okay, so there's zero visibility there. That's going to slow you down as we go through, and we want you to slow down out there because you're going to run into some areas that are going to be on the slippery side tonight. So Brainerd Lakes area, northwest parts of Minnesota, very icy. Fog is a problem as well as we work our way through the evening hours. Here is a look then at South Dakota. You are not immune from this. In fact, the fog has been terribly dense. You see these areas of pink here. Those are some very icy roads showing up there, taking you into the I-29 corridor if you're traveling to or from the Fargo area. Well, just do so very carefully as you take a look at the blue on here. Blue would mean wet roads, and we can see that the visibility is not terrible there in the Sisseton zone, so that's good. Now, as we go out towards Britain and a little bit closer to the Aberdeen area here, some of these cameras have been showing some pretty dense fog. As you take a look at this photo here from Waubay, that is definitely very reduced visibility out there. Maybe even some streaks showing through the camera lens there of either drizzle drops making their way through, and temperatures are at or just above freezing in these areas, 32 to 35 degrees. And that means we're going to have some very sticky road conditions to say the very least as well. Standing Rock Indian Reservation south of the, north and west of McLaughlin here is reporting solid ice on the road. There's a pink layer there. So please take it easy on all of our area roads tonight. A coat of water and ice. And now we're getting some snow showing up as well. And some of that snow is moving into northern parts of Wisconsin showing up on the radar right now. I'm not sure that that's all snow, but we can certainly take a look at what's going through parts of Minnesota. So as we look, I'm seeing Thief River Falls showing a report of some snow on the radar. We're going to zoom into that general vicinity on up into Lake of the Woods County and see what we have showing up there. It looks like rain to me. So you see the streaks running across the longer streaks would indicate to me that that's raindrops. Snowflakes have that different look. Here's Badger, by the way, as we take a look, and that too could be a couple of flakes mixing in there. That looks definitely more snow-like as we look into the area of Highway 11 in Badger. So please, no matter where you are, make sure you're taking it easy on area roads. Now, what about the forecast as we close out the holiday here and head into Friday? Friday morning is going to be an icy mess. Please download Hutch's Weather app, and also you can head over to hutchesweather.com anytime to see these exact same reports that I've been showing you from the DOTs, updated instantly when they do. It's ready for you on Hutch's Weather page right here. hutchesweather.com, road conditions, brought to you by my friends at OK Tire. So make sure that you have that with you. You can peruse the roads along your route to see, turn the cameras on the different sites so you can take a peek. Look at the snow up here as we go up toward the arrowhead of Minnesota. Now that's where we're expecting a little bit of accumulation with the system, so that when we wake up tomorrow morning, there's going to be accumulated ice mainly in the northern reaches and working its way through the Brainerd Lakes area and in towards parts of the arrowhead of Minnesota. But there will be some areas of sneaky ice, let's call it, where it rained and temperatures are hovering at or near freezing, where it's just going to be downright slippery. So we have bands of icing. We have fog and freezing fog now through the morning hours that will be working its way through the region. We have the cool front pushing through, and that means a glaze will be possible elsewhere, but we will have areas of sleet and ice that accumulate on our roads. The best chance for snow accumulations as I back out along the international border and here in the arrowhead of Minnesota, we'll see nuisance amounts of snow, a ½ inch to an inch or so, and that will ramp up as we head into that Thunder Bay area. Now, let's take a look at your forecasts, and we're starting with the 7-day so you can get the information you need. Once again, if you have questions at all, please drop me a question. I just am starting to scroll through, and I see I've got a number here, so thank you very much. Shannon, thanks for joining. Freezing mist in Thief River, solid ice on the roads. Van is in the ditch till tomorrow. Mia, I'm very sorry to hear that. It's been tough out there, and it's just, there's almost nothing you could do. I hope you're okay. Aaliyah, thank you for joining. Freezing in Moorhead, some freezing rain. Thanks, Nathan, for joining. Brian is reporting as well. Let's see, what is it? Almost raining in Purrrrrfect from the dense fog. Yeah, you can actually see in Fargo from time to time the fog droplets in the cloud that's on the ground. That's fog that were flying by the car and sticking to the windshield. So indeed, thank you, Rick, for sharing stars. Arlen says, do you suggest me driving across the state right now to Bismarck? Arlen, it is going to be a very icy drive, and there's no travel advised once you get into Steele County. So once you pass out of Stutzman County, that's Jamestown to Medina to Cleveland. Once you get out of there, no travel is advised. Solid sheet of ice being reported on I-94. I would not advise it because the experts out there, the DOT, are not advising it at this particular time. No, they can skate on ice skates in the street in Bismarck. Amanda, thanks for the report. Yeah, that's kind of the report I'm getting from different folks. 7-day planner. Here's what you need to know. Areas of fog and ice will be there in the morning. Now, it does look like there's going to be a fair amount of clouds. And once again, some low clouds and fog across the region. So just a slippery day with temperatures kind of steady all day in the FM area. 27. We'll have your hometown forecast, or I will here in a minute. Now, I've got some red on the screen here. The weekend, as we talked about through the week right here on Hutch's Weather, bringing a chance of snow and possibly stormy conditions to the area. Now, what I mean by that is there'll be some areas getting heavier bands of snow, and I'll show you the map on that. But temperatures rise Saturday. The first part of the day, pretty pleasant at Friday afternoon into Saturday morning. Not too shabby, I might say. But then after that, we'll have areas of snow developing in western North Dakota, and those will drift across the northern tier of counties. And it's going to come with some gusty winds Saturday night and into Sunday, and even into Monday morning with those gusty winds working their way across North Dakota and then eventually working their way east into Minnesota. So we will get snow combined with wind. There'll be reduced visibilities. It will put more slipperiness on our roads out there as we go through. Hey, thanks for watching on YouTube. If you have not done so yet, I invite you to smash the subscribe button. Not only am I just happy that all of you that have done it, but just this holiday weekend, 10,000 people are now subscribers on my YouTube channel. So thanks for that. If you have not done so, head over there. Temperatures fall on Sunday. Gusty north winds, some blowing snow, some drifting snow, and temperatures on their way down to below zero for a frigid start to the work week as we head in on Monday. Rising temperatures overnight back up as the next warm-up moves through. South winds bring a chance for some snow and a mix on Tuesday. Look at that. Nearly what we saw today in the region. We're talking mid 30s to around 40 degrees. Now, this is where things get pretty interesting too. You're celebrating the new year on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Look at these temperatures. We fall below zero for many areas on our Wednesday morning, and we do not recover until we get to Thursday afternoon. So more than 24 hours below zero for many areas across the valley. So that's a look at that part of the forecast. Now let's take a look at what's going on. Here's the ice accumulation overnight. We talked about that. And the snow accumulation as we go into Friday morning will be Arrowhead and points north and east of there. We talked about that. What about this Saturday, Sunday system? I'll show you the details on that here in a minute. But for now, we could see some areas that look a little bit like this, thanks to some gusty straight line winds behind the low pressure system. Now, not all of us are going to get whacked by a wacky amount of snow here. It looks like we could get measurable snow for many. I-94 and points north. Highway 2 and points north, it starts to become a little bit more impactful. Notice where the system gets started as we go into Saturday afternoon and evening. It starts out here, works its way up through Brandon and Winnipeg, and then it starts peeling back down here. And as we go into Sunday and Sunday night, by Monday morning, some very lofty snowfall totals. I mean, look at this, the UP, northern parts of the state of Wisconsin. Nope, that's not cheese. That's definitely some heavy snow potential with this system, and it does come with some winds. So for travelers, this weekend looks a little rough and tumble, particularly Saturday night and Sunday, with the wind really becoming a factor throughout the day on Sunday. It doesn't take a lot of snow to cause us some travel troubles. This is not a forecast. This is the European forecast model's rendition of snowfall as we go through the period between Saturday and Monday at 6 a.m. Catalina, thank you. The temperatures and the weather are so unpredictable this time of year. Thanks for the heads up on the upcoming weather, and thank you for watching. I do very much appreciate all of you for checking in with Hutch's weather. Now, let's take a look at this forecast for your morning as you wake up on Friday. My days are a little bit. It's going to be very slippery out there across the entire region. There will be areas of fog, some of it dense, the wind light and variable. Temperatures hovering right around those 20s, but teens up north. Very icy roads out there in the morning, so please use caution heading out the door, whether you're traveling. And in the afternoon, there's not a lot of improvement except in southwestern zones of North Dakota. We're really warming things up, 40 to 50 degrees there, as you'll be on the warm side of this system. We're stuck in the muck here as we look up in the northern valley. It does look like temperatures will be in the teens to near 20 degrees north of Highway 200. To south of Highway 200, we're going to flirt with temperatures that'll be in the 20s. In fact, steady temperatures for most of the day. A little bit of a southeasterly flow. I-94 showing temperatures below freezing means there could be some slippery spots out there. Keep that in mind as well. Dense fog is still going to be a possibility as we go on this other side of this warm front here, and that's going to keep us in that soupy kind of atmosphere as we go through your day. Let's go to the European forecast here of the system that's going to work its way through as we go from the weekend, and then we'll wrap this up. The European model here is my favorite one. That's once we go beyond days 3 or 4, and here it is. As we start out our Saturday morning, there's not too much to be concerned about, but moving out of the big sky country of Montana is the next weather wiggle, wobbling its way through as we get ready to close out the year. Boom, we do have some wind. Now these winds will be southerly, so this is going to be kind of a wet snow when it first gets started out here, and it's moving its way across the state. Gusty winds from the south, from the north as we work our way through, and this system is going to work its way through gusty north winds, snow pushing its way in. Not very heavy. Remember, I was showing you about a ½ inch to an inch in the Southern Valley and maybe an inch or two up north. But up north, as it goes into Minnesota, look what happens here. This system does tap into some more moisture, wrap it around the low pressure system to our south, and bring a better chance of Wisconsin snow and northern and eastern parts of Minnesota seeing some snow. Thank you, Bernadine. We appreciate you watching from Holly. That's a quick look at what's going on. Does the next system come with ice? We're going to be cooling down as we go through the period. Notice we have warm temperatures here. There could be some areas with some light icing with this system as well, but it's a little bit too far out to get too detailed with that at this time. So that is a look at your forecast. I really do appreciate each and every one of you for trusting me with your weather information. We do have some watches, warnings, and advisories as we head into the evening hours. I shouldn't say warnings. There are no warnings. Travel alerts, though. We talked about no travel advisories. There's dense fog advisories here in the valley. We do have these blue counties here. Those are winter weather advisories for freezing rain. And those extend all the way through Minnesota, all the way through St. Cloud, just north of the Twin Cities, northern parts of Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan, and all of Michigan are in this potential for accumulating ice like we got today throughout our region. As we take a look at the rest of the nation, we have more snow heading its way into the Sierra Nevada and the North and the Rockies, and that will be the system that will be heading our way as we head into the weekend ahead. Thanks so very, very much. Merry Christmas. If you are traveling, well, you know what? If you know somebody that's traveling, send them a link to this update, and that would be helpful. Or better yet, have them download Hutch's Weather app. Merry Christmas. Slow it down. Arrive safe, and you can share your photos of what's going on by uploading them right from your device on Hutch's Weather app or hutchesweather.com. Some good ones coming in today, and thanks to all of you who shared these. Hey, someone picking up some new holiday swag there. Allison, thanks for sharing this in the Grand Forks area, and Merry Christmas to you, and thanks to all of you who have ordered from Hutch's Gear Store. You asked for it. We put it together for you on the app and on the website. So just look for the shop button there, and you can pick up some gear as well. Thanks so much. We'll talk soon.
This has been a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Wait, you forgot the new app. You're right, I did. Don't forget to download our new app. Ow! Now let's rock! Thanks for watching Hutch's Weather. Anywhere